Night Attack is brought to you by all of our lovely patrons over at patreon.com/nightattack. Subscribe today to get the pre-show and after-show early. Also, thank you to Doghouse Systems for powering this show. You can get a free SSD if you buy one of their computers at doghousesystems.com/v/rogue and use promo code ROGUE at checkout. That's ROGUE. Thank you to our friend ICU who put together who put this, what is this called? A previously on.
Nailed it.
For last week's episode 332.
Not gonna lose my cool. I'm not gonna go crazy. Feels good to be on the same team, right, Justin? So we're doing great. I'm really proud of us.
And watch the light leave your eyes.
I don't know.
Soup, baby. Fair use gets you through.
No,
it's
it's in
already
my
done,
head.
apparently.
Maybe, Mikey, you just realized you're locked in here with me.
Oh my god, it took me 2/3 of the way through that thing before I even remembered what we did last week. Hello, you beautiful bastards, you demon hordes of the internet. It is go time for Night Attack. I'm Brian Brushwood, live in Austin, Texas, joined as always by my BFF and OAK. It's JRY, Justin Robert Young. What is going on, Justin?
Holy crap, Brian. I'm glad we're rid of that scoundrel, Mikey Newman.
Yeah, he was the real problem with our show up until
I'm tired of him.
Why do we
and
keep
his
having him
trickster
back?
Ways. I know. He should go back to creating amazing essays and not bedeviling my simple mind with his games.
Hey man,
Shapes.
this is a special episode because we're going to start with a little bit of a trip back down memory lane with a bit of a surprise at the end. How do you want to bring us into this?
There are certain artifacts of our program, and a lot of them are viral videos. And one of the earliest, I would say, Brian, when would you peg that we became obsessed with this one particular video?
I mean, I would say the trend of it all at once. I mean, when was this? 6 years ago? 7 years ago? I think.
I mean, maybe even longer than that. So,
Older?
yeah.
I'm being told I'm getting some much longer, almost 10 years
Yeah.
ago. 10. Oh wow, no, around 10, 9, 7, 6. Doesn't
So
matter.
this-
Long
this
time
was-
ago.
This was, I mean, again, we've been doing this show for a little over 10 years. So this is in the beginning part of our show where we were really focused on viral videos. And that was a thing that the audience loved to bring us. And I can't even remember where this
Holy
first came
cow,
on our radar.
2010, according to Bryce.
But-
Sorry,
Yeah,
go
so
ahead.
that's 10
Yeah.
years ago. It is the tale of K. Strauss, the yo-yo guy.
Yes, and this was one where it simmered around for the uninitiated. There was somebody who was going around showing up on early morning talk news shows, ostensibly as a yo-yo expert, but who was hilariously bad at yo-yo. And we watched in fascination. I mean, should we play the clip, I guess, or a clip?
Yeah, let's play a little bit of the clip. So if you just need a mental image, think of we're talking when you think of a state, certainly not the city that you think of immediately that's in that state, and probably not the second or third city. We're talking about like the fourth media market, the fourth like tier of media market in that city. That's what this looks like.
Audio
it's
listeners,
a fairly bare set.
Yeah. Well, and audio listeners, picture a dude in a yellow hat, suspenders, shorts, clearly not accustomed to being in front of a camera, who looks like he's about to explain to you the dangers of using drugs at elementary schools across the globe. And we get this clip that just shows up in the morning.
Welcome back to Good Morning Four States. It is finally Friday morning. K. Strauss is back with us again from Zip Zap. We thank you for joining us this morning. You've got your hands full of yo-yos right now. You got, what, 4 yo-yos per hand, right?
Right, and what I do is It's called the Blue Flying Angel.
Okay.
And it's like,
do I need to get out of the way for this?
yes, you do. You know, what we do, or I'll do, is the kids, I'll get into the room and the kids will be running around and
Right.
they'll be all excited. And so I try to start things off on their level and try to hook them with something like a rap.
Okay.
So it's, and it's kind of clever because it includes me.
Okay.
And it goes, hey, they're up in the sky. It's the K Strauss, the yo-yo guy. And then I do the yo-yo-yo, you know, and I get them going and I get them into it.
Okay.
And so once I do that, they are ready to learn.
Okay, so you ready to do the trick? Then I tell you what, I'm going to get out of the way here, and I'm
All
going to
right.
let Case Ross go ahead and take it away.
And I usually have like a headpiece for
Right.
this. No, for effect.
Okay.
Because I act like I'm in a Blue Angel.
Okay.
So I say, air traffic control, we are ready for takeoff. All right, 10-4, guys, let's roll.
And so, audio listeners, he just
So you
is
get that one going?
Swinging it around.
swinging him around.
Lost one.
There is no
And
artistry
then
here. It's just
we're
a
going
man
and we get
swinging
worrying,
yo-yos
and
around.
we're like, all right, everybody, let's take it down to the ground and we'll get into a Huey.
And then he starts
we get
crossing them
going?
over, getting them all tangled, spinning around in circles. Clearly,
And now he's just flailing the knotted
All right, everyone.
mess
We're
around
going to
his head.
switch it off here, and let's bring it back home for a clean landing. 10-4.
and then he falls on his ass,
Which I do.
You okay?
and then
Yeah,
whispers, "What should I
I'm
do?"
very busy.
Okay.
Okay, so
You want to continue where you're at, or can you do that? Okay, because you've got all 8 yo-yos in there, but actually we got 7 now. So,
Honestly, I think I'm going to give up some of the yo-yo stuff because I don't have the muscle memory.
okay. Well, anyway, but you do go on out to schools and again, let's talk.
So
Okay.
this is brilliant for a couple reasons. Obviously, there is a formula for morning television. He is stretching it and breaking it, and he is aware of what they want to do, and he is pushing back against it. It is one of our favorite clips that Brian took on new significance because one of our other obsessions is what?
This is Act 2 of this play. Act 2 was when you we did a happy hour and you called up the video and you had me play it, and then you revealed and blew my mind by saying that actor is Colin Robinson, the energy vampire from What We Do in the Shadows. And all of a sudden it changed everything, because when we first watched it, we're like, oh, the joke is he goes on local television and is just, claims to be good at yo-yo and is terrible at it. But then when you see that supercut, you realize, oh my God, he's doing Colin Robinson the entire time. His real gift, the real thing that he's pulling off, is every time somebody's about to interrupt him, he says, and then gives an insignificant energy draining detail, whether it's whether about the fact that he's about to be fired, or whether it's about the fact that his dad used to beat him, or all this stuff. Like, the supercut is amazing.
It is. And mostly because, like the character on What We Do in the Shadows, K Strauss is constantly, as you mentioned, straining against the fact that morning television is all about the next and the new, and here we go, and let's push it on. But Brian, a rare gift fell in our lap not but a week or so ago. Can you please set up where our guest even came from?
Act 3, and I forget which Modern Rogue video it was, and hopefully we'll find. Oh, I think we're doing the bola thing or whatever, which is where we did homemade bolas, where you swing them around and you throw them and you entangle somebody in their feet. And somebody in the comments makes a joke about, like, these guys must be fans of K-Strass. And you and I, having just recently realized
So
that.
wait, hold on. Did you make a K-Strass reference?
Nope.
Were you like, I'm going to put it down into a Huey or anything?
No,
Like-
we were just bad with Ebola. like that was the joke, I think.
So you didn't even make, because you are pro around to make K-Stress references randomly. You're telling me
Yes.
this was totally out of left field.
So yes, the only resemblance was that Jason was swinging around bolas. It looked a bit like the bit that we just saw, and he would fling it, and it took like 20 freaking tries to get him to entangle me in the legs and get me to tumble down. And somebody in the chat says a version of these guys must be fans of K-Stress. And then because we had just done the happy hour where you had revealed to me that it's the same actor that went on to be Colin Robinson, I said, I immediately responded with like, we met him as K-Stress, but we loved him as Colin Robinson.
Yeah.
And then the response blew my mind, Justin. The response was, I just know him as the asshole who fucked up the morning show I was producing. And I said, what?
Well, I'll tell you what. Yeah. Without further ado, let's go ahead and bring the man on. Matt, welcome to the show.
Dude, Matt, please, first of all, it occurs to us that you might be doing a very high level version of a K-Stress and just lying about all of this. Hold up your pinky and swear to me you were there on set for that exact performance.
I swear on all my other remaining claims.
This is amazing. Okay, number one, talk to us about what your role was at the station, where this happened. Talk us through the whole day.
Yeah. What did you do? What was your role at the station?
Okay, I was morning show director of the local TV station in Joplin, Missouri. Climbed my way up the ranks, and we would have people on for, say, charitable events and stuff. Not much research went into it. It was mainly just to fill time.
All right. Here, stop right there, because I have some questions there specifically about how K-Stress pulled this off. Because I can only imagine that, again, you're in Joplin, right? So this is not St. Louis. This is not even like a college town. Like Joplin is its own little orbit. That if you have how long each day to fill? Is it an hour, 2 hours?
We have an hour and a half each morning.
Hour and a half. And those... That's a lot of time. If you've never worked in television, that's a lot of segments that you got to fill. So if somebody,
especially with live content.
Yeah, exactly. So if somebody writes in and they say, I want to do a book drive. I'm trying to get some puppies adopted. I can't imagine that you're doing a credit check on these people. It's pretty much just show up. Yeah.
Well, so in this case, now, what was your role at the station at the time?
I was morning show director, so I was basically bringing all of the production elements together. I, brought the cameras together, the audio, computer graphics, and was telling the camera operators what shots we needed.
So you're the person who's there, ready on 2, go 2, ready on 1, go 1.
Exactly.
Hey, let's and you're whispering into the earpieces saying, "Hey, wrap it up. We got to go to commercial." That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So you, how much responsibility did you perceive? I mean, I guess being director, you have total responsibility. So you feel responsible for the whole program. Somebody who is not you, I assume, said, "Hey, this will be the guy that we're going to have on," right?
Yes.
And you said, "I trust you because you're probably competent at your job." Other person.
Well, I didn't have much say in it, so I just went along with whatever the producers of the show went with. So we would get a press release and see, charitable event, let's go for it, let's have them on.
So you gave the okay, signed up. Oh, you did
not. No.
I had no choice in the matter.
This is a turnstile. If you are there for charity, they're not they have an hour and a half of live content to fill every single day. So it's either that or they figure out another way that they can show you how to make scrambled eggs. There's only so many things you can do in a morning show format. So give me, Matt, your first impression of K-Strauss, at what point in your initial meeting him before he goes on, do you get any sense that this guy might be weird, if not fraudulent?
As he was being mic'd up.
Okay. All right.
How?
Yeah.
How?
Talk us through it. Talk us through it. Every detail.
Just the random nonsense, the bullshit that he would start saying, and he just seemed completely unprepared, unlike other guests, and him being a yo-yo professional and somebody who's been through this quite a bit. We trusted him. We trusted, his I don't know, television experience.
Sure.
Being
So
comfortable
you
behind camera.
guys felt like, okay, this guy, he's this is not his first rodeo. He'll have his bits that he wants to do, because you get that with magicians and mentalists and jugglers. It's like, they've got their beats. Let them do their showcase and hit the three things that they want to hit.
Yeah, get that awkward shit out of the way, and then once you get into your craft, then you're smooth going from there, smooth sailing.
Okay, so at what point do you, what are you hearing in the miking up that is making you worried?
Considering it's been so long, I can't quite recall what exactly was said, but it was just the demeanor that you see in those clips, especially, I mean, you showed the second one where he performed the Blue Flying Angel.
Yes.
The first part was the interview segment where he was talking about going to local schools and teaching them, say, if it's brown, flush it down. If it's yellow, let it mellow, and stuff like that, as well as yo-yos for hobos.
Oh, yo-yos for hobos was a bit on the nose. That would have been a bit of a red flag, I think.
Yeah. Whenever he said he was going to inner city, going into the inner city, and giving yo-yos to hobos, the name of their program, I started getting a little suspicious.
Okay, all right. So let me.
The guy seemed sincere for a long time. So shit, what? And local morning show. We've got a lot of crazy fucking people on. So what are you gonna? Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Because in that moment, this is a 2-segment guest. Because again, there's a lot of fucking segments to fill in an hour and a half of live content. You now have a decision. Either you can think of something to do in the next segment on the fly if you feel that this guy is fucking with you, or you can just say, maybe this guy is fucking with us and maybe his buddies are slapping their legs and laughing. But like, do you even approach him? Does that even come up in your head that maybe we kick him the fuck out right now?
Well, I had no say in the matter. I was director of the show. The producers were, in fact, the anchors. So they were the ones that kind of made the decisions. I was just the one that brought everything together.
So they're calling it on the fly.
Yeah,
so
they're calling the shot.
They're there. Yeah.
And they're giving him every benefit of the doubt. Meanwhile, all of us back in the booth are wondering, is this guy okay? Like,
I have to imagine that
I don't know.
Well, and I have to imagine it's like you've seen bad guests before, and you've seen people who have not performed well under pressure and who have never been in front of a camera before. So it's like him doing a very realistic simulation of somebody who's never been in front of a camera is probably not the most unusual thing that you could imagine.
Oh, no. I mean, Midwest. Think Midwest.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
That's all I've got to say. One word, Midwest.
This makes so much more sense. I'm so glad that you are here, because if there were producers in a booth, if boss and talent is separated, then boss can say, get this fucking guy the hell out of here. Just tell the talent to come up with some other shit that they're going to talk about. Just read the news brief from, segment 3 again for segment 5. But if the bosses are the talent, There's no way they're doing shit that they don't have to do. They are definitely, it doesn't matter if this guy is an obvious charlatan. They're like, fuck it. It'll be interesting for me to see where this goes.
Well, talking to him after the show, they had the same beliefs that I did. They didn't know whether or not this guy was, sincere and just extremely untalented, or was fucking with us. I mean, or just
so even after the show, it was not totally apparent to you guys whether or not he was just supernaturally incompetent or if this was a performance art bit.
As I said, we didn't know how to feel. All of us, the entire crew, producers, everything, because we see this guy and we're thinking, oh, he's promoting this charity, so he's a good guy. He's got to be a good guy, right? And then he just blows it. So we're back there laughing our asses off, but feeling so guilty about it, and then shutting each other up. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. He'll get it. He'll get it. Well, he'll find a way through. Like, he's a yo-yo master, of course. Been going since 1995. So, but
all right. So here's where I gotta ask you: at what moment do you guys figure out that you've been
that you got
definitively?
The next day. In fact, the gentleman's name, real name, is Mark Proksch, and I was watching a few interviews on him and everything, and he, in one interview, said basically our show was the one that got him and his friend caught, really.
Really?
So, yeah. So his planned appearance down in Arkansas and another one, I believe, maybe in Oklahoma, I'm not sure where, both of those canceled on him because we found out it was fake.
Your station happened to be the one that he just was a little over the top.
Well, no. How did you guys find out the next day? So you were just researching him more, or?
Well, my crew and I, we thought it was funny as fuck.
Spoiler alert, it was. Yes, keep going.
Yeah. But the producers, which were also the anchors, Alan Matthews, as you see in that segment there, but they were producers and anchors. They get online the next day because they're obviously, everybody's a bit questionable about it. And they look up the website that he provides.
The Zimzam one.
Zip Zap.
Zip Zap.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah. LLC or whatever.
At the time, that was only maybe a letter off, or, a .org, .com, something like that, from a pretty wicked porn site.
Oh, gee. So here's the other thing: is the producers, everybody involved at the station, at the end of the day, I mean, even if you guys all figure out that it's fake, at the end of the day, them clicks are real. Them hits are showing up on the website. So why, who's got any interest in calling it out?
Well, I mean, the anchors that I worked with, they were really honest people, and they had a wonderful sense of humor. Mind you, they were very pissed whenever they found out that it was fake. But they presented it with a lot of respect and everything, and a bit of a laugh the next day, basically explaining we got cranked, and it was pretty good. He did a good job of it, and honestly, the anchors didn't really fully warm up to the idea until they found out that he was on a few episodes of their favorite show, The Office. So.
Oh, and so then when it was Hollywood came to Joplin, now it was a whole different story.
It is funny because if he disappeared, then you're just the station that got suckered. But once his star begins to rise, it's like, no, we are a link in a long and mighty chain of this wonderful talent's successful career.
I mean, wish tables had turned on myself, but I mean, it's wonderful to be able to be a part of that and see somebody now, just become such a wonderful comedian. Not that they weren't before.
So
but
there's no harsh feelings. There's no, because I got to admit, like, I thought the story was going to
Matt
be.
doesn't give a fuck.
I know.
Matt's
I
like, Matt's just making sure that everybody's mics are attached. Like, that shit is hilarious.
I guess it never occurred to me, like every time when I was touring, every show was, the whole world hung on a thread. And if, I wanted every single thing to go exactly right. But the idea, like, when you're doing it every single morning, I hadn't considered the possibility that you're just, being the director, it's like, that guy was, Jesus, that guy, right? Anyway, and then go on with the rest of your day.
Yeah, you got to take them as they come. I mean, again, one word, Midwest. But we did the best we could with what we had, and he was one of the best. I'll say that much,
There we go. I can't think of a better way. I can't think of a better way to get out of here on that right there. Matt, thank you so much for joining us here.
And by the way, for anybody who doubts that someone out there is right now listening, thinking like, this guy's pulling a fast one on the Night Attack boys. Please tell us how you left and what you're up to now, just so they can come for you if they need to.
Okay. Yeah, well, come at me, bro. I mean, no. My end date at the TV station was May 22nd, 2011. The same day as the Joplin, Missouri F5 tornado.
Oh, geez.
Jesus.
Holy cow. Wow. So what are you doing these days? Do you have anything you want to plug?
Well, I'm not doing too much. I volunteer.
I'm waiting for Matt, for you to say, this may be the last time you see me in this shirt. Because sorry.
That's one of the K-Stras bits, just so people know.
Yeah.
He said.
Well, to be honest, I've decided to take up yo-yos.
All right, there we go. Matt, thank you. For coming on, Matt Steffens. Thank you for being on. This has been an ongoing mystery for us for over 10 years, and you have finally brought greater clarity. So we could not thank you enough.
Thank you both for having me on. It's been a joy to share the story. I mean, when people ask me about my days in the TV station, this is one of my favorite stories to tell. There are millions more, but this is a highlight. So
awesome.
To be able to share this and have this common interest, like that,
yeah, dude. And how random that you just happen to stumble across the Modern Rogue. All right, man. Take care. We'll see you next time. There's a yo-yo champion who's a fraudster.
Yes, I'll be there.
All right,
who knows what other stories are gestating for 10 years? I'll tell you what, if you want to support that kind of long-form storytelling that we found a viral video 10 years ago, and then 10 years later, we paid it off with an eyewitness account, then you need to go to patreon.com/Night Attack. You need to support this very show. And I'll tell you what, there might be some more announcements about it coming up in the next week or so. Patreon.com/Night Attack. And also, let me just say this. For any podcast this is not just us, right? This is everybody. If you are a fan of that podcast, you need to subscribe at their lowest level, even if it's just, whatever it is, just to get that custom RSS feed. Because I'm going to tell you this, I know it's true for every single podcast that we do. Those episodes always go up first on the Patreon.
Yep.
And they always update faster than Apple does, than Spotify does, than anything else. You are just going to get these episodes sometimes a full day faster than you will on anything else. So go ahead and check it out. Patreon.com/nightattack.
And of course, not only that, if you are a new subscriber or if you up your pledge, we say salute to you, up yours as well, as we randomly call out one of your names in a little thing we like to call...
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Night Attack new Patreon name chant corner hour. It's an hour of it.
Man, this one will be fun because it's got a rhythm to it. Are you ready?
Is it Southern Beauregard?
No.
Sorry.
Hey, Southern Beauregard. Well, Obama. I think it's pronounced Kevin O'Hara. Kevin
O'Hara.
Kevin O'Hara. Kevin O'Hara.
O'Hara.
Kevin O'Hara.
O'Hara.
Kevin O'Hara.
O'Hara. O'Hara. Kevin O'Hara. Kevin O'Hara.
Woo! By the way, thank you very much, Jordan DeMoss, who just donated a whole bunch of bits, which reminds me that we tell a true, unbroken 1-minute story that definitely happened in one of our lives. That may or may not happen to involve all the names of people who are donating right now at twitch.tv/nightattack. For example, Justin, I hear you went sailing with Captain Jack 913.
Well, we were sunbunning, which is when you tan nude with your butts up. And it was at that point that Captain Jack said, "Have you ever had a Crimson Zamboni?" And I said, "You're a sick fucker." Because I'm not even Canadian. But he's like, no. It's this a mixed drink that my friend B. Coford made. And I said, like B Arthur? And he said, no, it's just an abbreviation. Anyway, I'm a bit of a scandrel myself, which is a mispronunciation of scoundrel. I like to keep these kinds of things on ice, like a real thermos jack. That is a sexual act. And I said, whoa. Am I the babe or the babcat here? And he said, don't be a stupid piece of shit. And then we both jumped off the boat and died.
That's a true story.
That's a true story that literally happened last week.
Sunbun's regretting his donation.
Yeah, thank you. Holy crap, man. You guys are coming in with the bits. Bryce, we don't know who the bit boss is.
I believe it's Jordan
bits,
DeMoss,
right?
but Jay Pinkerton is fighting for it. So, oh my gosh, it might be Jay Pinkerton. So we'll find out at the end. Also, a lot of gift
Jordan
subs
DeMoss
going
and
around.
Jay Pinkerton. In fact, you want to know what? We should actually just keep top 3, and then we'll have the official bit boss.
Oh
at
my
the
God,
end from
Jordan
here on out.
DeMoss with the hard left, hard left. Oh, Jay Pinkerton going down for the count. Does he have the bits?
Good
3,
God.
2,
Jesus.
1.
Thank you, everybody, for all of your contributions.
So verdict. It would be a weird 3 levels meta thing to fake claiming to have been there for that story.
Why are you so obsessed with this?
Because the chat is there's somebody in the chat saying it, and I'm just like, no, I 100% believe this. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying I 100% believe this.
Because that was your first question to that guy.
Yeah.
Was like, are you lying to us?
Yes. Well, and yes, and that's because there's one way to make the host of Scam School and Scam Nation upset, and that's to scam him. and that is his deepest
But you
fear.
were the one who booked him, so you did no vetting before?
Well, I mean, I don't care, man. It's like,
But that was your first question.
that's true.
You can't say you don't care if it was the first question you asked him.
Well, okay, regardless, here's where we're at is I totally believe that
Because of course, so do I.
Yes,
I think, look,
okay.
he sounded like somebody who has suffered through booking television in Joplin, Missouri. I think there's a tiredness of his voice that was like, look, I've spent so much time cleaning up puppy shit because somebody had to get some dog dog out of a fucking kennel that like that read as authentic to me. I never in a million years would have thought that he was trying to scam us if it weren't for your like 3 times distinctively in the interview and now the first moment afterward being, hey, I just want to let you know I think he's real. I think he's real. I think he's real.
Blame my love for the chat and my reading of the chat, and let's just put it at that. Hey Bryce, do we have a game?
We do have a game. I want to thank Valken B. Cofford, BTR producer, and another Jay Martin for putting some of this together. It's been about a year. It turns out it's almost exactly a year since we last played this. And I'm now renaming it because I don't remember what we called it before. Cameo. Oh no!
Oh wait, we get to look at a bunch of famous people cameos.
That's right. So the Cameo.com, if you're unaware, is a site where you can spend money and have a celebrity read a personalized message to you or to your loved one. And so we're going to play just a little bit of a guessing game in terms of how much it costs you to get a message from the celebrities.
It's a little bit of us guessing the worth of the celebrity.
It's
right?
also a bit ghoulish because Cameo, I'm sure everyone is happy to make money. The weird thing about Cameo is that all the messages are public. And the prices are public. And
the prices definitely are. Sometimes you can set the videos as private.
Okay.
But a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
But it's a very weird public marketplace of how much a video shout out is worth. And
now,
yes.
Like I will say, a year ago, Cameo a lot newer and a lot untested than it is now. Like Cameo, I will say, for all of our skepticism of the model of Cameo, I found myself almost making, not knowing that this game was happening, I found myself almost making a Cameo thing because I happened to get within 48 hours 2 people asking me to wish happy birthday to their friends. And I was like, maybe I should just say, if this is a thing people are asking me for, maybe I should just charge them $20 just so they can have this platform.
Hey, so remember we did the Founders Day or the Founders Club last year. We originally said, hey, for $50 you can get a piece of the land. We'll send it to you. And then we sent out an email saying like, it occurs to us that maybe you don't actually want a rock because it's just going to be a rock that you're going to have. Maybe you'd like something else. So we did a menu, and one of those items was a video shout out. Guess who has 273 video shout outs he has to do now?
Yeah,
that would be Brian Brushwood.
Yeah, that's me.
Brian Brushwood.
That's me.
And how many have you done so far?
Let's start that game.
So I'm going to play you a clip of the personality who is on Cameo. We'll listen to some of it. Some of these are long. We'll listen to some of it, and you guys are going to guess what the price for a Cameo shout-out is. Cameo now has, like, you can get a Zoom call with certain celebrities. We're not doing any of that. This is for a video shout-out like this one. Here, before we start playing, do you know this man?
Is that Kyle Gass?
No.
Yeah, I don't know him offhand, no.
Well, let's let him introduce himself.
Hi there, this is David J. Fielding, Zordon from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and I have a very special message for the winner of the Rule Breaker Award for Game Night. So let me see if I can get this message right, and we can get that part out of the way really quickly. So here we go. George, you're the winner of the Rule Breaker Award. Clam, thank you for introducing this video. And George, keep your drink off the table, or else. Well, I hope that suffices. I'm not really sure.
So this is David J. Fielding.
That might be the best Cameo I've ever seen. It was the most. It was bookended appropriately, and it was honest and sincere, and he delivered the thing that they actually wanted. It's. Okay.
No, that's great. That's great.
In
fact, I almost wish that, and I'm sure that as Cameo does build up as a platform, that like that dude should be allowed to have a snap filter that makes him Zordon. So
Oh, that would be fun.
everybody can actually just get, I think even for him, a little reverb and the blue shit around his face. And that's exactly what people want.
Because a lot of we'll see if this is your first time seeing Camo, you're gonna see these celebrities really just do what they can wherever they are. If they're in the restaurant, if
Do you,
they're...
do you think that they're allowed to do that? If that dude who, I mean, because obviously he's not Bandai, right? He doesn't own Zordon, but do you think he could do a Zordon Snapchat filter or a Zordon-esque Snapchat filter and get away with it?
Probably could.
I think
Change
that's
the colors a little bit.
I mean, in a world where Star Wars characters are putting on masks that they buy for $35 and acting out their characters, you know, for kids at hospitals, I'm gonna guess that he can get away with that.
Yeah.
So these first few that we're gonna do here are in the 2 digits tier. So we're looking for a price with 2 digits. There's no change. There's no cents. We'll start with Brian here. We're doing closest, not closest without going over. Closest.
I'll say I want to say 70, but I want to hedge my bet. I'll say 60. 60.
Brian's gonna say $60 US. Justin.
Ooh, I'm gonna go
I guess really I'm setting the over under.
35.
Yeah. Okay. So you're taking the under.
Go 35.
Oh yeah, no. I think his play is commodity. I think he knows I'm Zordon. They want me to yell 1 or 2 things, get back to the base, right? Bada bing, bang, boom. That man is a fucking commodity machine. Just bring me as many of these $25 hits. I'm going to bang out 10 of them, and then I'm going to eat some egg whites.
All right. Brian says 60. Justin says 35. The answer we were looking for is... Justin, you said it. $25.
Wow.
Zordon.
Yeah, this guy puts out a lot of these, I think, because it's so economically priced. All right, let's
which probably is why he's so smooth at it. And I mean, it's like
his whole intro, like, hey, it's David J. Fielding, Zordon. Like he's got it. You can tell when they've done it enough and they have an intro like
we
that.
have seen some cameos where you could tell, or it would appear to my eyes that people were selling off a bit of their integrity. This is not one of them. This dude, dude is in control and knows exactly what's going on.
I will say this: Cameo from a year ago when we did this game is now not what I think we were joking about it before. Like, it is now a legitimate thing that if you are a celebrity of a certain level, it's like, you want to know what? Enough people have done it. Enough people want it. The demand is obviously there. It's easy enough for the celebrities to hold up a cell phone and just say, but I'm so proud for your bar mitzvah. Bada boom. Like the money comes in. Everybody's happy. I think that's the thing, is like, credit to Cameo. They created a world in which nobody loses.
Right.
The people are happy to buy it. The celebrities are happy to do it. It's easier than a signing. And especially post fucking COVID, now it's like, holy shit. For people that would normally spend $250 for a signing and a photo op or something at a WizardCon or a Comic-Con or something like that, fuck, 60, 70, 100 to get exactly your name like into there. Like, I'll tell you what, that's a deal.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna get to our next one in our 2 digits round. We'll let her introduce herself. We'll let her
Is
introduce
it Kyle
herself.
Gass?
Okay, now I guess I have to.
Hello to the team Marissa and Thread. It's Rebecca Black, and I am here to tell TD, Quincy, Bart, Harry, Ross, and Fruit that it's Friday. And if you can hear my neighbors, they would clearly like to let you know something as well, but we're not going to focus on that because it's a very important day. It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
Man.
Major shout outs to Rebecca Black for the turnaround.
I'm so in love with that. That is fucking awesome. That she's found a place where she can sing that song. She can make money. She can own it. This is now her thing. She sings a version that I assume she is more proud of than playing the backing track for the viral version of it. And I don't think anybody getting that would be like, boo, you're not 12 and awkward. They're like, oh, you're fucking an adult and you're hot and you sing well. Like, everybody is thrilled.
Yeah, so this one, I'm basing my decision.
Well, we're going to start with Justin on this one.
Okay.
Because you started last time. Sorry about it. Justin, this is still the 2-digit round. Rebecca Black.
Oh, I think you pay for this one, though. I think this one goes, I'm going to say 75.
$75, says Justin Bryan.
What I was about to say is this one's got stakes. Like every single one of these, she has something to prove, and as a result, you're going to pay for real effort every single time. If I was going to game theory, I'd say 80, but I'm going to go all the way to 90 because I think it's $99.
90. All right. Rebecca Black can be found at cameo.com/Rebecca Black, and you can order a video message for her for $80. That's Justin Robert Young's point.
Look at that.
Wait, what?
And I'll bet you what, she just sings that same song over and over and over and over and over again. I'll bet you.
A lot of guitars.
I mean, like only if she wanted to disappoint the people purchasing the thing would she do otherwise. Yeah. I mean, what else are you gonna want to have her hear?
All right,
yeah, and I'll tell you what, if all you've seen is Rebecca Black with that guitar, she's a fox. Like that lady, like
she's
crazy.
A looker with a wonderful voice, and she seems to have gone through. Look, that poor girl got put through the ringer and came out the other side a goddamn hero. Yeah.
Speaking of people who went through the ringer.
Sorry. One last thing. Open Bayou says she probably made more money on that cameo than she did with the Friday music video. Assuredly so, because I think she paid to make that. That was part of that pay for play.
Also,
thing.
She totally donated 100% of all the money from the YouTube channel that came from it. So certainly, any one cameo, she's making more money from than that song.
Speaking of people who have been through the ringer. Let's listen to this man.
Jesus
Christ.
My
God, is that Kyle Gass?
This is Roger Stone with a special message for Rob Finley this Father's Day. You know, we appreciate your strong and loyal support for Donald Trump. And despite the fact that the COVID virus
convicted felon, very recently pardoned.
Commuted.
How recently did this get made?
There are some of these dated to Father's Day, some of these dated to 4th of July.
This quarter, which shows that the president's underlying policies are correct. It is.
You really get the whole commentary. You get
are we still in the 2-digit category?
We're still in the 2-digit category,
way!
Brian. How much for a video message from Roger Stone?
And by the way, behind him, a Nixon picture, a Reagan bumper sticker,
Goldwater,
and Goldwater.
Goldwater.
Yeah, that is an old school nerd.
Look
Goldwater.
Look at the hats.
Yeah.
What are they? A cobbler? No, what's a haberdasher?
Oh no. He's got a fedora game, and he's got those fucking Coke bottle glasses that he likes to wear.
So, Justin, how much would you pay for one of these for PX3?
I have had it suggested to me that I should get a bunch of you're listening to PX3 cameo things, and I feel like it would be anathema to the energy of the program. But no, you get first crack on this. Right?
I'll say 90 again because I'm really setting the line, I guess.
All right, Brian says $90. Justin,
this is in the double digit.
The double digits round. Roger Stone, Roger the Boulder Stone.
Also, now's a good time for me to remind people that Justin can't physically stop any of our fans from getting a cameo about PX3 spoken by Roger Stone. He can't physically stop any of you from doing that. So while he wouldn't do it.
No. You can go do it, and I'll play it.
No, Justin, you have to not be into it. You have
Yeah,
to not be into this.
come on, man. We're role playing.
Doing a bit.
Fuck you! Fuck you, you pieces of shit! I swear to God, I see any one of you scamps, you yellow-bellied fuckers, getting me cameos from arcane political celebrities. Why, I'll box your ears.
All right, so Brian said $90 juice.
Holy shit. Mitsula actually fucking nailed it.
What?
It's got to be 68, the year that Nixon was elected.
Oh, shit.
Oh, okay. Interesting. All right. The number that we were looking for a message from Roger the Boulder Stone.
The smoldering Boulder Stone.
$75. Justin's closer. There we go.
Oh,
Dang,
man.
You're crushing
Crushing the game.
Roger Stone. He's doing all of them with Roger Stone did nothing wrong.
Oh, yeah. His most recent one say Roger Stone
Still did nothing wrong.
Did nothing wrong.
You knows how to play that game.
I love when the president tells everyone that I didn't do anything wrong. All right. We are now.
Wait, is that one of the shirts that that would be a great shirt? I love it when the president tells everyone I did nothing wrong.
Teespring that one. Teespring that one. All right, we are moving into the triple digits round. So all of the celebs in this round, their cameos will cost triple digits. Again, no
3Ds,
no change.
triple D.
And we're going to start
on the main stage. It's Jasmine.
Well, almost. Justin and Brian, do you guys recognize this gentleman?
Yes.
Is that Kyle Gass?
Kyle Gass.
Sean, what's up, buddy? Jose Canseco here. Listen, you said you can dunk a 360 dunk? You did it 20 years ago? I doubt it. I used to be able to 360 dunk. Well, a volleyball, not a basketball, because my hands are kind of short and stubby. There's no way you can dunk. Come on. But, okay. Maybe you can, maybe you can't, but I want to congratulate you on being promoted to senior associate. And you're also a huge Oakland A's fan, so, okay, you can't 360 dunk, but you were promoted to senior associate and you're an Oakland A's fan, which is great. All right, take care, buddy.
See, when you get when you do the cameo, you give them like personal, like, hey, this is their name and here's something that they did and all that stuff. And so in Mr. Canseco's case, very clearly they just like read it and then they just say it 3 different ways. And then
didn't we do this one before?
We
Maybe,
did.
but prices change.
He was an early adopter, so the question is, has his stock risen?
And prices do change. Someone in the Discord who put in, someone who will be on this game a little later, the price changed dramatically in the like 12 hours between posting.
Right. Was it Kyle Gass?
No, it's not Kyle Gass.
Okay.
Who
We're going to
goes
start
first?
with Justin Robert Young on this one in this triple digits round for Jose
They call
Canseco.
me Jose. I will say triple digits. I know this. Jose does not fuck for free. Like, that man charges premium for Jose Canseco experiences. So I am going to say if it is anywhere between $100 and $999, that this is in the $250 range.
Brian?
Game Theory Brian would say $249. Good Guy Brian will say $150. I think it's genuinely close to $125.
All right. Jose the Boulder Canseco will send you a video message for hit the button. There you go. $100.
Oh!
He is a cheap date.
You're on the board. You're on the board.
Finally.
I guess he's moving him. He's moving him at enough of a clip if he's doing it for.
Well, because he's not wearing
pop.
sleeves, so he's much more aerodynamic.
That's the other thing.
And he is recording them at fucking 20 at a time. Like, that is $2,000 as coffee's getting ready.
Also, like, it should be pointed out that there's a reputation score that I feel like per a spelling bee, we should be allowed to ask for how many stars they have on the service.
Okay, I think we can figure out a way to do that. Well, here's our next one with a 5.0 rating.
Oh my gosh, is it Kyle Gass?
Not quite.
This is another one.
This is Uri Geller. Look, I don't really know you. We've never met.
Uri Geller.
And I don't know how good a hypnotist you are. Actually, hypnotism in Israel is quite illegal for entertainment purposes. I think it is. I used to be a hypnotist, and I think I was a good one. Nevertheless, without knowing you, what I can do is wish you all the best for your new show, your new program, whatever it is. And someday come to Israel and I'll take you around my museum. Actually, the biggest spoon in the world is standing there. It weighs 11 tons and I just got the Guinness World Record for it. So with my hypnotic look...
Okay, all right, look, we have... I think we're in violation of Twitch's terms of service. Autofellatio is not allowed any pornography. $100.
I also legit feel better about plugging Roger Stone's cameo than Uri Geller's. I didn't realize, like,
if people don't know Uri Geller, he's a fraudulent man, basically.
Yes.
So fucking back in the 70s, there was a brief moment where modern society thought psychics might be real, and Uri Geller was chief among the people pretending that he was a psychic.
He accepted $1 million from an oil company to think about where oil probably was.
Yeah.
They still have that. I will say they will still do that if you say the right words. They will still give you $1 million to do that.
So yeah, he's accepted some really... Honestly, I feel better about Roger Stone than I do Uri Geller. So just understand how much I know about politics and understand how much I know about magic. And I'm 100% like better on the man who just got his sentence shadily commuted by the president than I am with Uri Geller.
Well,
I think that he is...
If that's the case, prove it by bidding less than my bid of $100.
Yeah, you kind of paid yourself in a corner there.
He's also a motherfucker that doesn't fuck for free. I think it's $500.
Oh, Jesus. You didn't even 101. You think he's worth $500, huh?
No, I think he thinks he's worth $500.
I also like...
And apparently he doesn't give a shit because your Aunt Sally is by the fucking Tel Aviv table side that he's recording this at.
He's filming this in a fucking PF Chang's or some shit. Like, there are lots of people around. It's allowed. And he's at a table with multiple people. He's at a four-top. This is insane. Insanity. All right.
It's almost as if Uri Geller doesn't give a fuck about other people.
All right. Uri Geller. A judge
fucking
on
sociopath.
The judge on Israel's Got Talent goes for $250. That's a Brian point. That's a Brian.
Barely.
Yeah, let's move on.
Okay.
Hold on. First, I'd like to show you this sealed envelope that's been here the entire time. It says, "Fuck you."
Wait. What was Randy's book about Geller? That was the first Randy book that I read.
The Truth About Uri Geller.
Yeah,
and
the Truth About Uri
Geller. Then it wrote, what, Flim Flam was the other one?
Yeah. So go read the Truth About Uri Geller. It is a awesome book, and more specifically, it is a great book about if you ever want to read a book about magic methods and like with actual stakes
thinking.
to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like as opposed to like, oh, do I trick this person or not? If you want to learn about like big high stakes, I have to apply my magical thinking to figure a big problem out, then that's a great book to read.
All right, we are 2-3. Brian's trailing by 1 point as we go into our next celebrity cameo here.
This is something that was booked by your friends at Paytrace. Been there many times. Apparently, you just led a team which completed a 9-month thing at AWS. Been there. I shop there on Wednesdays. Anyway, it does say that you guys love my movies, and Christmas Vacation happens to be my favorite movie. Hallelujah, holy shit. Where's the Tylenol? I know. But I got to congratulate you on this whole migration thing because I haven't done it yet. I'm going to try this year on Easter. Love you, buddy. Good job.
So that's Kyle Gass.
It's on Chevrolet Chase. We're gonna start.
That might have been one of the most surreal moments I've ever experienced in the 10+ year history of our program.
Really? In what way?
He looks like fucking run over dog shit.
I guess it's on its face now. He looks like shit for a renowned actor.
I mean, he was at one point, like, look, he's at one point one of the funniest fuckers on the planet, right? Like, and also, by the way, rarely does the funniest guy in the planet also get to be the sex symbol. He was like a sex symbol for like when he reigned at that peak. He then has Community, which apparently he can't stand fucking working on, and he hates that and eventually leaves that. And now he's just the guy that no one wants to talk to at the bingo hall. I guess that might be the lesson for all of us. We all eventually become the guy that no one wants to talk to at the bingo hall, but good fucking God.
He shops at AWS, which is just fun. He's got a 4.9 star rating.
Well, yeah, and he's going to do that migration, which they're talking about a server migration, next week for Easter or whatever.
He's got to do it. We're going to start with Justin on this one. Chevrolet Chase, the 2020 Chevrolet Chase. How much do you think it costs for this video message?
Oh, fuck. It's got to be his agent that sets that up, right? Chevy's not in that fucking app figuring it out himself. So, 301.
Right. Justin says 301. Brian's puzzled.
I'll say 400, and I'm going to rethink growing my hair out because I've enjoyed these hat wings because they make me think of the car chase scene in Fletch. Yeah. And
what do you think of it now, Brian? As you see, indeed, hey, Chevy's got the same idea. He's Fletch. Oh, what do you think of it now, Brian?
I think I'm wondering how many more patrons I'll get if I cut my hair live on screen right now.
Chevy the Boulder Chase will go for $500. That's a Brian point. This game is tied up. $500.
Now we're back to the part of Cameo I don't like. where
no, that is, I will guarantee you that at a certain point, by the way, I don't know if I ever told you guys this, when we did the Cameo game the last time, literally the next day, I got an email from Cameo asking me to set up a Cameo.
Oh, that's right. You forwarded that to us.
I remember that.
So, they are aggressive about recruiting if I'm getting a fucking email.
There are a lot of competitors. I remember last time I tried to set up this game, it was originally going to be, are they on Cameo or not? And it was very difficult to do because there are like 5 Cameo competitors out there.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Plus, eventually they'll figure out that they can all just have a founders club and people can get a shout out if they're patient.
How many are you holding on to? How many have you done so far?
273. It's fine. It's fine. It's going to be great.
Okay.
So they, I'll guarantee you they're just going to agents and they're just saying, which of your clients want to do it? Set the price that you want and we'll do all the work for you. And that's how Chevy Chase winds up doing $500 cameos looking like a fucking...
I would have to imagine that's
egg out on the sidewalk.
I would have to imagine that's part of how he's proving that you don't really own me. Is, like, I have contempt for this. Look at how I am showing up. Like, but sad.
I would think he looks at this as just another, like, I bet you Chevron's booked him for fucking holiday gigs, for years, right? Just to introduce their CEO and fall down like Gerald Ford. And, then he, hits the bar and that's a wrap. So this is just a different version of that. And he obviously can do it in the shirt that he's currently wearing because he hasn't changed that.
Well, here's someone who did dress up for their cameo. Let's take a look at this 5-star rated, and he's got 327 reviews, 5.0 star rated. Here we are.
Hey, Mark. How's it going?
wow.
This is Ernie Hudson, Winston Zeddemore from Ghostbusters. As you can see, I'm wearing my Winston Zeddemore jumpsuit just to give you a shout out. Actually, Allison wanted me to reach out to you. I know that she loves you an awful lot. She says that of all the people she knows, that you definitely have the tools and you have the talent. I know that she's so very proud of you. Tells me that you're a Ghostbuster fan, which is why I'm wearing the jumpsuit. It means a lot to me and the other guys. Of course, you know we Ghostbuster fans, we're all over the world. We're family, and Mark, you definitely are an important part of our Ghostbuster family. Now, she also tells me that you guys are a little disappointed that the movie got pushed back. Of course, right now there's so many unusual things going on.
This one's just very sweet. Just
This is an all-star champion. This is
This is
he
great.
dressed up in the costume. He owned it. What?
I'm just going to say I'm like almost perfect. Very close to perfect. 0.5 points I'm going to deduct when he was talking about the nature of our modern movie scene with COVID. He could have worked in there was something strange in the neighborhood. But I mean, other than that, an almost flawless performance.
Okay,
Brian,
with that being the case, what do you give him then?
Well, it's your turn next.
Oh
to
man,
begin,
no,
Brian.
that's
I'm sorry.
I'll tell you what. I don't know what they paid, but it was worth $700.
Ah,
700
God
American
damn.
dollars. Justin.
666. I think he's going right into it. The devil's number.
Justin saying $666 with a 5.0 rating. Ernie Hudson commands. Oh, only $135.
No, and he dresses up.
He dresses up in most of these. Yeah.
Somebody get us a cameo of this man.
Bust him.
Man, yeah, you know who else?
I bet this is the. I mean, there's a sliding scale in this.
You know
right?
who's guilty of a night attack? All them ghosts. If somebody would bust them ghosts, there wouldn't be so many night attacks. I'm just saying.
Wow, 100. Ernie Hudson, though, getting that cash. I bet you he banks on that.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
a good price. That's a
lot
get
of
price.
reviews.
Also,
Yeah.
if you think about it, like Cameo's really the Dragon Con experience, but you don't have to go from your home, right?
Yup.
Yeah.
And by the way, since you're not allowed to go to Dragon Con, then it is the only thing. It is the constantly available virtual Star Trek.
Mm-mm. Speaking of movie stars, here's one. I think.
Is it Kyle Gass?
Wade. My name is Richard Dreyfuss, and the other day my wife and I were reading The Advocate, and we came across an article about you winning the History Bee. And I was so impressed because I was exactly your age when I fell in love with history. And I found that it was a companion that was so deep and so
This is too sweet, too sincere. I need you to stop it. It's too. He's too good of a person. He. Oh my goodness.
And by the way, for audio listeners, as he's talking about his love of history, he is standing or sitting next to a cigar store Indian that is Uncle Sam with a wicker basket in his hand. So this is a very sweet Richard Dreyfuss, who is just being so Richard Dreyfuss it hurts. Bryce, am I going first?
Yes, you are, Justin. For Richard
Yeah,
Dreyfuss.
I'm going to say that dude is definitely $75 cheaper than Chevy Chase. So I will say that he is $425.
$425, Brian.
I was.
That man was an A-lister.
Is an A-lister. Like, I mean, that is a man who loves the craft and is excellent at it and still acts in small theaters across the country. He is not interested in lending himself to becoming a money factory that runs on its own. He's somebody who does honest work for honest pay, and I think that is why he continues to do what he's doing. And I think that I'm gonna say $200.
Ooh, wow. Okay, $200. Richard the Boulder Dreyfus on Cameo.com goes for $999.
God, I'm so glad to hear that. God, I was so afraid it was going to be a lower number.
Only 2 public videos right now.
Oh my God, I'm so happy to hear that. That is wonderful. I'm happy because I had heard a friend of mine happened to be seated next to him on a flight. The guy who told me the story is a guy who builds money engines, and the guy he was seated to was Richard Dreyfuss. And Richard Dreyfuss was doing this play in a small town, not because he was bored. and I am glad to see Richard Dreyfuss making fucking money. Make those dollars. Go.
All right, we only have a couple more here. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. Brian's got 3 points. Justin's got 5 points. We only
Man,
have a
I don't even
handful
care.
left.
I'm just happy for Richard Dreyfuss. He's making money.
Speaking of people who make money, here is another cameo.
And that's when the country bumpkins cut off their penises and watch. Oh, hi, Augusta. Augusta, happy birthday from Daniel. It's me, Joe Exotic, the homosexual meth addict who ran for governor and is in prison for hiring a hitman to murder Carol fucking Baskin. Because Carol murdered her husband. She murdered Dawn. Happy birthday. So Daniel loves you and said,
This is Micah Goldman, a Joe Exotic impersonator.
We're still in the 3-digit category?
We are still in the 3-digit category. He's got like a green screen setup, one of the few where they've actually done some sort of post work, or this could be a Snapchat filter with the way some of this is keyed out here. Also, kind of a longer one here. Some kind of not so great looks at the queer community from Mike Goldman. But, we thankfully didn't listen to a lot of this cameo, so we're gonna start with Brian on this one.
I want to go $134.
$134. This is Brian. Justin.
For the record, audio listeners, this is definitely we saw a lot of Joe Exotic in that documentary, and he had many different looks. None were the Sgt. Pepper's phase that this version seems to be, with a psychedelic backdrop, and he's wearing a
silver hair and
yeah. Nor does he particularly sound like Joe Exotic.
Also, he's in a green screen and he has green in his hat.
So it's bands of his, I'm pretty sure rainbow hat are being keyed out here.
And based on what Bryce was ashamed to play on the show, I assume that he has to wear the rainbow hat so you know he's gay, and not because he's Joe Exotic.
He also tells maybe an unseemly joke about the young men that Joe Exotic would bait to his home with drugs and semen. So I believe so. Brian has said $134 for
I'm
Mike
gonna
Goldman.
go, for whatever reason. I think that this guy just thinks that he is all that in a bag of chips, and all that in a bag of chips costs $275.
$175, says Justin. All right, Mike, the Boulder Goldman. Could be the Golder. The Mike, the Golder Goldman.
The Golder holder.
It goes for $325.
You've gotta be kidding me.
Tiger King, Joe Exotic impersonator, Mike Goldman, who needs to work in the fact that he plays guitar into the bit. and doesn't even fucking dress like Joe Exotic.
Doesn't really look like the wig is not right.
Now, hold on. Do you think that maybe he has a successful podcast with a dedicated fan base, and if we were to set up an account for Fat Rick Santorum, and you could get a cameo from Fat Rick Santorum. By the way, give me one for free, Justin. Justin, I want a cameo from Fat Rick Santorum.
Hey everybody, it's me, Fat Rick Santorum. I used to be a politician now on CNN. I like to go to CNN and tell them all about the politics, and then they got a lot of pie there too. And I like to eat that. I'm Fat Rick Santorum.
Wow. And that was just free. That was just
I just give that shit for free.
Just,
I do fuck for free.
Have all this money, please.
All right, we've got our final celebrity cameo of the evening here. Let's take a look at the scoreboard really quickly. After 9 celebrity cameos, Brian is trailing with 3 points to Justin's 9. Unfortunately, this is the 10-point round. So still anybody's game. And I'd like to introduce you to someone you might know.
Is it Kyle Gass?
Hello, you cool cats and kittens.
Oh
It's
my
Carol
God!
Baskin at Big Cat Rescue.
It's Carol fucking
Shout
Baskin.
out to Sean and crew working aboard the beautiful Golden Hind museum ship in Brixham, England. If you're in Devon, be sure to pop in and look around. Open every day from 10 till 4. You can tell them Carol Baskin sent you, and you'll get a free gift. Something free. I love stuff that's
I know the
free,
code on
right?
this. I've broken the
Yeah,
code. I've seen
go
it.
check it out and get that free gift when you mention that Carol Baskin sent you.
That's it. It's her whole thing is promoting not even like a message, like because some people are like the Zordon guy. His thing is very clear, like, please don't ask me to do voiceover or thing for your thing. This is specifically for messages. Carol Baskin's just promoted a museum ship in England.
Yeah.
Who gets to go first?
Because he is in the lead, Justin's gonna go first. It'll be a little easier for you, I think. I think that's how that
And
works.
we
Justin.
are in 4 digits?
No, we're still in 3 digits, baby.
3 digits.
All 3 digits. I've not seen anyone other than surprise of last game's 4-digit person, Chris Angel, I think it was.
Chris Angel,
Who
yeah,
is
who rocked a
still at-
4-digiter.
Still at 4 digits.
You gotta figure this is the premium, right? Like, this is when Carol fucking Baskin can really actually rake it in. So I'm gonna say 666.
All right, Justin's gonna say 666. Brian,
remember when just 5 minutes ago we were confused how a Tiger King impersonator could be making 3 digits?
I do. Let me check my. Yes, my producer's saying that we did do that a few minutes ago.
The reason is because he figured out that he could charge the exact same amount as Carol Baskin, and people would protest, throw money at him because they're offended that she's on Cameo. So whatever that number was, that is what Carol Baskin is charging.
Assuming Justin doesn't have an issue with me putting what that number is, which is $325.
It's $325.
That's fine.
Then
I'll allow it.
All right, this is for 10 points. Carol Baskin has 144 ratings and a 5.0 star rating. Carol Baskins goes for 199. That's a Brian win.
How did
Price to move?
Wow.
Less than the Joe Exotic. I guess the Joe Exotic impersonator's got a green screen and he'll play you a little ditty.
Holy shit. Also, by the way, Carol Baskin's listing on Cameo is, you know me as Tiger King, Joe Exotic's intended murder victim. But my real life's work is at the Big Cat Rescue for a world where all wild cats live free.
Wow.
Hi, all
God,
you cats
that
and
shit is
kittens.
so so carny. All that fucking shit.
So
It's like,
carny.
the
Oh my god.
carniest fucking shit.
I don't know that I've ever heard a human use carny as a pejorative adjective.
You haven't? Oh.
I mean, no. I mean, not authentically. Like not.
Tell me that's not fucking for real though.
Very-
Tell me
that
I'm saying
shit's
a
so
lie.
carny. You're not wrong.
I want to give up some shout outs here at the end of the game. Thank you to Valken, B. Cawford, BTR producer, and another Jay Martin, who all submitted a lot of really great cameo candidates
Also,
for this
Bill
game.
Meek is playing butt hurt in the chat saying, my dad was a carny. Hey, fuck you, I'm a carny.
Whatever.
That's our word. Get
Well,
lost.
yeah,
My mom
no,
was
look.
Carney Phillips. How about that? Carney Wilson.
Carney Wilson.
Whatever.
essentially.
Oh, yeah.
If you're Wilson, Carney Wilson Phillips. I
Yeah.
believe his name. We've got some outtakes that we'll do in the after show because we got a lot of great ones. I want to thank
Oh
you
my
all for that.
God.
If you've got a game that you would like us to try out here on the show in the middle of the show, which is what this was, send it into mail, MAIL @nightattack.tv, and we might do it here in the middle of the show, which is what this was. Thank you.
Oh, hells yeah. I guess this is the part of the show where we do a little bit of diamond time. This is the part of
Hell
the show
yeah,
where we shout out your
Brian.
projects, man.
Yeah, exactly. You can go head on over to reddit.com/r/Diamond Club or diamondclub.reddit.com. Sticky post at the top of the page is where you want to go. Our first is from Mega Vortex. Howdy, guys. My best friend's sister-in-law was recently diagnosed with Legionella pneumonia and has been in the hospital since the middle of June.
that-
She's slowly recovering.
Is that Legionnaire's disease or?
Yeah, man.
Probably
Maybe.
not, because it sounds like pneumonia, a form of pneumonia.
Wait,
Yeah.
what is Legionnaire's disease?
I don't know.
Okay.
No idea.
You're not a doctor.
I'm not,
See, you
no.
lied
I'm
on your
being told-
application.
I'm being told
You
that-
lied
For
on
the
your
record,
application for this.
Just for
Sorry.
my sanity, can we get through the super sad?
Sorry,
read
go ahead,
before
go
we
ahead,
get
go
on
ahead.
the
Sorry,
improv
sorry,
chat?
sorry.
She's slowly recovering, but could use some help. Head on over to YOLO420.com/help Roxanne and chip in. Any amount helps, and they'd really appreciate it. Thanks so much. Also, fuck COVID-19. Am I right? Mega Vortex, for the record, is one of the hardest core and longest lasting fans of our entire franchise here. So if you got a little to peel off, then please throw it his way.
YOLO420.com/help Roxanne. We've got very understated put in. Scott and Tom still need a little over $4,000 to get Current Geek Chronicles funded over at support.currentgeek.com. Current Geek, it should be pointed out that this project is not like the previous iterations of Current Geek. It's not just a casual lean back chatting about old geek stuff or whatever. Is it out of school to say what Scott told you, Justin?
Yeah, no, I don't want that there. But I will say it is highly polished, highly polished. It is. I've listened to one of the episodes and it's Radio Lab good. If you've ever wanted to hear Scott and Tom in a super the way you've never heard them before, a kind of audio format, this is awesome. You will be upset if you do not help make it happen. So head on over there right now. That is, of course, at support.currentgeek.com. And of course, Volkai writes, "Hello, Diamond Club. Volkai here. Instead of finally shutting up about Hearthstone, I'm doubling down, and we're bringing the Night Attack Knights Who Might Attack Night Attack to the team of Hearthstone Legends Wild Competitive Series. But if we're going to bring an all Diamond Club team, we need people to join it. Right now, we only have 2 or 3, but we need a team of 5. So we need people who play wild format Hearthstone, people who can go to YOLO420.com/DCHS. So like Diamond Club Hearthstone, DCHS, and talk about Hearthstone with other Diamond Club members. Also, where you can tell me that you want to be part of the Night Attack Knights Who Might Attack Night Attack. Volkai is the most hardcore Hearthstone person in our community. So yeah, if you play wild format Hearthstone, then get up on it.
And
Goddamn
that is
right.
that link is to the Discord. So discord.nightattack.tv. If you're already in there, there's a Hearthstoners channel in that Discord. So congregating right
Makes the YOLO 420 all the more appropriate.
Oh, yeah. So there we go. Diamond Time is where you shout out your project. Reddit.com/r/Diamond Club. Sticky post at the top of the page. Top 3 get read each and every week.
Hey, man. Did we get any mail this week?
Well, let's open up the mailbag and find out.
Join us for drinks in the Diamond Club.
In the Diamond Club. That sounds grand.
Super grand. That's the sound of us opening the mailbag. Everyone's always asking why that doesn't have anything to do with the mailbag.
No. Our balls talk, right? That's what it is.
They're talking to each other.
We
Yeah.
peel.
Not great.
There's
they
actually
do, yeah.
there's 2 balls, and then they're like, oh my goodness.
And
then,
you metaphorically, because we want to paint a picture for the audience.
Yeah, sure.
You're
sure.
between the balls. You're in the cleavage of the balls, and you hear them speaking.
Well,
to
and
each other.
actually, I mean, we don't want to get into the details. You actually are holding a stethoscope, and you actually have it on our balls. Your hands are on our balls, and that's what you're
Yeah.
overhearing them sing in our mail
Exactly.
sacks. Yeah.
Yes.
That's right.
That's true.
We're not going to tell you what the Diamond Club is that they're going to.
No.
I don't think there's
Fuck no.
anything left to the imagination in this metaphor, but
We're going to save that shit for Cameo.
for our premium Snapchat. We have a email here that was sent into mail at nightattack.tv from Papa Sparky. Papa Sparky's email reads, how I almost missed out on the Diamond Club. My journey to joining the Diamond Club. We've had people emailing, by the way, for a long time now, how they found out about Night Attack and the Diamond Club. My journey to joining the Diamond Club almost ended up as a neon sign story. Justin, for people who don't know, that was a bit you were doing on the Jury Talks podcast, right?
Yeah. So neon sign stories were moments where you had a romantic entanglement, and it was as clear as it could possibly be that you had the green light, and you missed even that, the most neon blinking of signs.
Oh. So almost ended up as a neon sign story, and I don't know if the thing that finally brought me here is the same for everyone else, because we were looking for unique ways that people got brought into the fold. A number of years back, a good friend of mine introduced me to Rev 3, Revision 3. He often had it on in the background when we hung out, but I didn't really pay attention to it. The following summer, my friend got a job with Revision 3, and I went on a road trip from Eugene, Oregon to San Francisco. We looked at places for him to rent and checked out his new place of employment. This happened to be the same day as Rev 3's 3rd anniversary party, and we had passes to go. This was my first time seeing Brian live, and while it was a fun show, I was more excited about the little car-shaped USB drives that Kevin Rose tossed out into the audience. Do you remember that show, Brian? Is there any world where you remember a show that long ago?
The 3rd anniversary party. No, I do. I remember what I remember.
You remember the USB shaped, the USB drive shaped like cars?
No. I was obsessed with my own performance, and I remember that we taped the prediction to the time traveling bill to something that didn't stick to tape very well.
Oh no!
So it fell off during the show. And it was much less impressive when the time traveling bill showed up because Chad ran over and picked it up off the floor instead of pulled it down.
This envelope has been visible almost the entire show.
It
doesn't have the same ring to it.
Yeah, exactly. This envelope is definitely there earlier.
Almost entirely visible.
It definitely didn't just come up from I remember that show.
For the next few years, Rev 3 stayed on as background entertainment for me, and I probably never would have looked more into Brian's other projects if it hadn't been for a certain social network. In 2011, I jumped onto Google Plus, rest in peace.
Yes.
And immediately started adding everyone I could to my circles. That's how I got into podcasting. My first podcast, this is out of the letter. My first podcast was someone I met on Google Plus.
On Google Plus.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Jesus Christ.
R.I.P. Plus.
Started adding everyone I could to my circles. This included Kevin Rose, Alex Albrecht, and Schwood. For its entire run, I think the only good I got out of Google Plus was that it showed me a post from Brian in which he asked everyone to tune in that night for the NSFW show, and that's the only reason I truly found you guys.
No kidding.
And I've watched every episode since, eventually also latching on to Weird Things, Jury, PX3, and most recently Andrew Heaton's 2 shows. See you next Tuesday, aka Miles, aka Papa Sparky. Thank you, Papa.
That makes me so happy. Like stuff like that. It's easy to roll your eyes at thinking of a group of fans as a community, but it's like, goddamn, that sounds like some community shit right there. You know, like people falling in love with friends of friends. You know.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We also have one other quick letter. This is from Stefan. Stefan writes, it was the summer of 2015. This is his How I Found Your story. It was summer of 2015, and I was on a family holiday with my nephews, who were teenagers and pretty cool. I was in my 30s with 2 small kids. In a desperate attempt to not feel middle-aged, I asked what game they were playing. It was Hearthstone. I was trash and had no cards, so I started listening to the Angry Chicken podcast to get less shit. Dills mentioned you guys as a good podcast. I listened to episode 101, Seattle Traffic. Oh, I remember that. That's when we did the raid. I believe that was the one where we did the raid for Bacon Donuts. All those years
for
ago.
Bacon Donut. Yeah,
that's great.
Smash cut to a year later, and I have driven a broken Honda CR-V through the Swiss Alps in second gear at 15 miles an hour for 3 days. I listened to every episode of Night Attack back to back. Stefan, thank you, Stefan. Very sweet story.
Like, how does a human being tolerate? I mean, you and I do it. I could barely tolerate it.
This was 2015, so there were much less episodes.
Okay, all right. That makes sense.
Thank you to everyone who sends in emails. Please continue to send them in. We love to read them here at the end of the show. Mail@nightattack.tv is the email address. mail@nightattack.tv, and we'll read it here at the end of the show, which is what this was. Thank you.
Dude, I guess we have to wrap it up. It's funny because normally we're excited to wrap everything up because we've done, 5 extra episodes every week.
All the happy hours, yeah, but we have a week off for happy hour. So
yeah, so we'll talk about the future of happy hour. But for the meantime, what did we learn this week?
So yeah, look, man, we learned that fucking K. Strauss. Real deal. And also why he didn't get called out, because those producers didn't want to do any fucking work.
I don't blame him, man. It's like what? We're doing the thing and then we'll go to the ads and the cat food will get sold. Just keep going.
Exactly, right?
We learned who's the bit boss?
Ask me again in 60 seconds.
Okay. Yeah. We learned that look, we love you guys very, very much, and
you can't remember anything else that happened on the show.
We learned that everyone looks like Kyle Gass on Cameo.
We learned that Chevy Chase needs a new shirt.
We learned that Brian's gonna get a haircut.
And of course, we learned that it is Friday if you have $100.
Yeah.
Thank you to Jordan DeMoss for being the Bit Boss. 16,110 bits.
Jesus Christ, man.
Also, Jay Pinkerton, 50 gift subs. Wow, thank you so much.
You guys are the best. We love you.
See you next Tuesday.
Die in the fire.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.